is the fourth largest city in North America, but number one when it comes to construction and development. Today we're going to show you the people and properties behind the cranes. I'm Andrew Krystal. Welcome to Building Canada. I'm standing on the third floor of the boutique condominium project at 133 Hazelton. And these concrete columns are what it's all about with this design. Instead of load-bearing shear walls, which are less expensive to build and don't provide any flexibility, here with these columns, home buyers can design their own places like it's a standalone home.
The columns allow, as opposed to shear walls, which are how most buildings are built, allow us to create really unique and individual buildings. That goes into play into the part of the unique homeowner. All of our buildings and all of our homeowners are unique.
Meet Sam Mizrahi, a 42-year-old devoted father of two who emigrated from Iran to Canada as a child. And he's had building in his blood ever since.
Each homeowner is unique. They've got their own unique success stories, history, life. And we design and custom design homes and plans that reflect that homeowner's uniqueness. Having column-based buildings allow us to have the ultimate flexibility to custom design those homes to the exact desires and the exact customization that homeowner wants. And that's something that's unique. It's something that is not done. And we did that with 133 Hazelton, we did that with 181 Davenport, and we did that with all the custom homes that we built in the city prior. And that's been one of the most significant factors of what has created, I think, the success stories of these two buildings.
Sam's latest project is the development of a streetscape with two buildings at 133 Hazelton and 181 Davenport Road in the residential end of Yorkville, where it borders Davenport near Avenue Road. These artist renderings show what's in store.
So this is 133 Hazelton, and this is the property that you see that's currently under construction. We're just pouring the sixth floor that you'll see when we walk outside. And this is the first development of Yorkville on Hazelton and Davenport. It's a 9-story building, limestone, boutique building, 37 individualized custom homes with full amenities. And this is slated for completion for occupancy for December 31st of this year. And then we have this beautiful space interaction between the two buildings and green space in order to be able to let the buildings breathe. And then what you're seeing here is 181 Davenport. Now what's unique about this building first is the actual streetscape itself, Davenport. Davenport is a curved street as it comes from Hazelton and bends through to New Street. So what we did is we had an opportunity to create what you see in Europe. Most of the buildings you see in Europe, if you go to Paris or in Italy, is that you'll see that a lot of the buildings are curved to pick up on the curvature, the natural curvature of the streetscape. And we designed the building, as you can see, with a curve that you see in Europe, and the whole building curves around Davenport all the way to New Street. And again, this is now a limestone building, and then we added a little bit of jewelry to it, what I call jewelry, with the accents of the brick details that you see that run vertical, in order to have the buildings individually distinct between 181 Davenport and 133 Hazelton. Even though the limestones are the same and the same tones and so forth, we wanted to add this accent detail to be able to create the unique individuality of the two different buildings.
And those are the penthouse levels?
Yes, this is a 12-story building, but again in the same scale as 133 Hazelton. 3 levels of what we call the sky penthouses, done in glass, full customization. The 12th floor is a full floor penthouse that was custom designed, along with the 11th floor, along with some other special features. And again, you see terracing that's done in the curvature as well. The 6th floor recesses back, and then we terrace back again on the 10th floor in order to create a recess back for the pedestrian experience and to create some incredible light. This is almost 330 feet of glass, of panoramic glass that you see that's around the 12th floor penthouse, which gives unobstructed views of the city.
Sam, this has a French feel. This
Very
French
much so.
accents.
Very much so. It's French inspired. I think, through most of the travels I've gone through, I photograph many buildings. I photograph many beautiful buildings throughout the world. And we wanted to design something and bring something to Toronto that was timeless, that was classic, that looked like it always belonged there. It didn't matter if you looked at this building 50 years ago, you looked at it today in 2014, or you look at it 50 years into the future. The building should feel like it always belonged there and it's natural and it's still relevant. And that's what you find in a lot of buildings in Europe.
So 133,000 square feet?
Yes.
How many stories?
12 stories, it's 133,000 square feet of GFA, which is relatively boutique. This is a mid-rise building. These are not high-rises. These are really custom homes, boutique, mid-rise, 133,000 square feet, 12-story. 133 Hazelton is a 9-story building, and it's 71,000 square feet with 37 suites. So you're talking about very intimate homes. It's not an environment where there's a couple of hundred homes or a couple of hundred suites. They're very intimate, very embracing. You come in, it's unique.
Sam Mizrahi actually took the time to mount a camera on a crane to show through these time-lapse images the construction development of his North End Yorkville site. Linda Chu is a director of the ABC Residents Association in Yorkville. According to Linda, the community consultations Mizrahi had with her raised the bar before a shovel ever hit the ground.
He actually, unlike other developers, reached out to the community without any prompting from the city and held a consultation meeting. And at that time, we were all opposed to the development. But Sam really listened. And as a result of that, we had many more meetings, both with the city on as a public meeting and smaller meetings between Sam Mizrahi and his team. A lot of the people very concerned about shadowing and impacts of what a development like this would do to the neighborhood.
And you deal with a lot of developers.
We do. This is a very special development and developer. He's hands-on, and he actually really cares, and he's going to be part of the community. He's going to be putting his offices here. I think that somebody that's actually a builder, and that's what his passion is better.
We had an opportunity to collaborate with the community, with the neighbors, and to reverse engineer the design of the building and the architecture to be what this community wanted, what Hazelton and what Yorkville wanted, and what they dreamed of. If you had a magic wand, what would you design here? What would you build here? How would it fit into the neighborhood? What the scale should be, what the material should be of the limestone and the residential windows. And we spent months reverse engineering that with the neighbors of the community and creating something that was truly unique, truly something that everyone was passionate about, and everyone had a finger to design this building with us. It was something that was done with the community for the community.
Why did you choose this site?
This site had a lot of unique characteristics. Primarily being in a heritage zone, it gave us the opportunity to have protected views. Davenport's on the south side. We've got a corner on Hazelton Avenue, and it had incredible neighborhood characteristics of what a residential feel should be like. You've got single-family homes on Hazelton. You've got the Ramsden Park across the street on Davenport. You've got restaurants that you could walk to, shops, art galleries, theater. You've really got the nexus of the city here, and you can walk to any one of these lifestyle elements and come home. And that's something that's unique, again, in an urban setting, and something that I think has been lost over the last few decades and is now coming back. And Davenport and Hazelton gave all of those unique characteristics. It was something that really, when you looked at it, it was identified as sort of trumpeting to say, look at me, and create something unique here. And it was a canvas that hadn't yet been designed.
So how do you feel being up here?
I love it. I mean, this is amazing. We're looking at 181 Davenport right now. We're looking at the excavation to the second floor of underground parking. It's you know, I feel like I'm 12 years old. I feel like you know, it inspires me. I just feel I love this. This is what I love to do. And watching this happen and seeing it undergoing, it's an amazing feeling.
And it's a long way. You go from the design process, and of course you have to
Yes.
get your permits initially. You do your consulting with the community, and now this.
And you come in, you see this, and you see the progress. I mean, just looking at here and seeing the 10-foot clear walls, and seeing the, you know, the elevations, and looking at the views. You know, we're sitting here on the third floor of 133 Hazelton, overlooking 181, and it's spectacular. I mean, and you're starting to see the details come to life. You know, you're looking at the column bases that you're seeing in this floor, and seeing the open space, and seeing how you can imagine your space coming together. Looking at, you know, the fact that there are no walls. You can move them, you can move the lines now and custom design everything that you want to do. And we bring purchasers up and show them and let them see, you know, the space and what you can do with this space, which is very unique. It's so open, you know, which is just fantastic.
What's your name? What's your role?
My name is George Leopold. I'm the senior site super on the site.
How's this project going compared to other projects you've worked on?
It's a very difficult project, and I think it's going quite well. And it's going to be an exciting project when it's finished.
What makes it more challenging?
Well, the design. It's a much different design than the standard condominium projects that go up there. It's much more custom. The interior configuration of structural components are different than in standard high-rise buildings.
Do you mind the boss being right across the street?
I love it.
Cameron, you're the project manager. Right below us, we have the corporate head office. Does it make it more difficult for smoke and coffee breaks with the boss so close to you?
Of course.
Lots of eyes on you every day.
Lots of eyes on the project. So everybody's got to be on top of it.
Is it easier to get things done because you can get answers more quickly with somebody right across the street?
Of course, you know, the decision makers are there. So if there's any time where we need to make a quick decision, we go there and Sam Adia Cash will make the decision right away. So it helps keep the job moving forward.
And of course, your guys are more conscious when you're taking smoke breaks or coffee breaks that the boss is right across the street.
The lowest price point project of 2014, Dundas Square Garden, Rizodi style condos start at $199, 2-bedroom at $299. Next to Future Medical College, Ryerson University, Dundas Square, Eden Center, hospitals, all at walking distance. Be the first in the city to buy in a Platinum VIP sales.
Call Imran Khan at 416-839-7655 or visit imrankhan.ca.
Mizrahi Development's current project is the construction of 2 mid-rise luxury boutique condominiums in the north end of Yorkville at Hazelton and Davenport Road. What were the biggest challenges?
You know, I look at challenges as opportunities. So some of the biggest challenges or opportunities were to really get the assembly done first and be able to put the assembly together. The second was, I think, to work with the community as an opportunity to create something and to build something and design something, as I mentioned. There were not challenges in the sense of challenges of in sort of what you would think of in a negative context, but I look at it and I looked at the opportunities of being able to do something that's really amazing. And you know, when I reflect back for a moment and I sort of think over the last 2.5 years that we've been putting this together and building it and taking it to where we are now, I think it's been one of the most incredible and some of the most exciting times to create and choose the limestone. That took us several months. And we had different samples of limestone, different colors of limestone. We would look at what it would look like when it was wet, when it was dry, to make sure the consistency was there. We looked at the windows and making sure the sound insulation was to the right value system that we wanted. We looked at the brick and how the brick was going to work with the limestone. All the way to, you know, working with the city, working with the community, getting the permits, getting the zonings, and ensuring that. And one of the things we did was, before we even went out to build a building or to create it, we really had a dialogue with the city and with the community and with the community associations and the neighbors. So a lot of what would be typical development challenges were really mitigated early on because of that transparency and that dialogue and that collaboration. And I think that's what's made this process so fluid. And it had not been done before. This was sort of precedent setting, to actually go out and speak with the community first, collaborate with the community associations first. And it takes a lot of the uncertainty out, and it takes a lot of the stress out. So it actually makes the process not only fun, but involved.
When I look at your construction site and I see the thickness of the concrete,
yes,
I mean, this is
it's overbuilt. It's the best way to say it. We overbuild, and we do it, and we're proud to say it. We want to take things to the ultimate extreme in terms of quality standards, in terms of build standards, in terms of our own standards, and the standards of which the homeowners expect. We want to exceed customer expectations.
So you go beyond building codes with regards to...
We go far beyond building codes in everything we do. We went far beyond building codes when we were in the custom home low-rise division. You know, we were one of the first to do Energy Star and greenhouse certified construction. We're the only developer builder that is ISO 9001 certified, which tells the world that not only do we say what we do is exceeding code, but there's an outside auditing agency that actually verifies that what we say we do, we actually do. And even, you know, take the glass. What standard code is, what's required for the glass and for the sound acoustics, we're, you know, almost 3.5 times that. The insulation within the walls, again, exceeds codes. The concrete, as you mentioned, the column walls exceed code. Every aspect of what we're doing is to reach and set new standards, our own personal goal standards, and to excel in those with every build that we do.
Look at all this open space.
Yeah, this is what it is. I mean, you're seeing the openness, the fact that this is a column-based building. There's no shear walls, so you can see how you can visualize your home coming together. You can see how the homeowner can come in and look at the fact of where we're going to actually place the walls, and then we'll form it then. We don't do it beforehand, so that the homeowner truly has an opportunity to custom design their home. Most of the time you come in and the wall's already done. It's already too late. You can't invite the homeowner in at that point. But because we did this ground up with the homeowner, and we didn't have this rigidity of having the walls, but having these columns that you're looking at right now, it allows us the total flexibility to be able to move walls, move rooms, and design the space around the uniqueness of the homeowner.
How do you keep this place so clean? I mean,
That's
what's going on?
This is the details. I mean, this is a construction site. We've got full construction, over 55, 60 people on the site every day. It's a construction site, but it shouldn't look like a construction site. Just even the fact that there's open windows, you know, we haven't yet waterproofed the building or anything, but the site is completely clean, it's organized. It speaks to the pride and the workmanship and the craftsmanship of everybody that's working on this building, and the pride they take of making it their own. And this is what it's all about.
You appropriated property in order to make 133 and 181.
Yes, we assembled two distinct properties, which was 131 Hazelton and 195 Davenport. That created the footprint for 133 Hazelton, and then we assembled 185 Davenport and 145 Davenport and created 181 Davenport, which is the second building. 133 Hazelton is a boutique building, 9 stories tall, limestone, and 181 is a 12-story, which matches and is painted with the same brush as 133 Hazelton, and we created 181 Davenport, which is a 12-story building.
Of course, in real estate, location, location, location. Let's talk about this particular site, which previously was underdeveloped, that corner
Yes.
of Davenport and Hazelton.
The block was underdeveloped, and very few instances is there an opportunity for one to come and actually assemble a full block, you know, that takes place from Hazelton to New Street. And it really comes around once in a generation, especially when you're talking about, you know, highly urban coveted blocks like Yorkville, which are already developed. And to be able to find those unique areas that are underdeveloped and be able to assemble all the pieces together, which are quite challenging, and then to put it together, put the puzzle together, but more importantly, have the opportunity to create something that's going to be iconic and epic. It's really a once in a generational opportunity, and something that we took very serious. The responsibility was very serious. And we collaborated with the community again, because we understood that for this to work, it needed to fit in, and it had to look like it always belonged there.
I want to show people the panoramic views that you took by mounting a camera on a crane
Yes.
before it was built.
Yes.
And the nice thing about your properties at Davenport and Hazelton, at that corner, are the views are unobstructed.
Correct. The heritage zone sort of gives you that protection of having the Yorkville Heritage Zone, which basically says the community's got to prove what's going on, and really nothing else can be demolished and built up within that area without the full approvals. We took a crane and we shot every level, 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 4th floor. And we did that for a number of reasons, but more importantly, it gave the homeowner the opportunity to actually look at what these views were from north, east, south, west elevations on every angle, every floor, so that when we custom designed their suites, they could see what their window, what the view from the window was to the world, how it would look, sunrise, sunsets, evening, day. And it allowed you to be there before the building was built. And again, something unique, because again, when we're designing these buildings, we're designing the buildings not only ground up, but we're designing the buildings inside out. So we want to see what would it feel like inside on the 4th floor, 8th floor, 9th floor, 12th floor, east, west, south, and how am I going to feel? It's about creating emotion. And the views are emotional. There's no denying it. When you look at these views and you look at the unobstructed views and you see Ramsden Park to the north and you see all the way up to St. Clair, and you know that's unobstructed because you've got a park, a city park there. and it's right across the street. You can take your dog for a walk, you can go skating, you can go use the park, you can go for a stroll. And then you look to the south and you've got the urban views. You've got the city skyline, the downtown, the CN Tower, the financial district, the lights, and you feel that energy. And again, being on the south side of the street, you get to see the sunrise. You get to see the sunset, and you see that in the views when we took them, and they're magnificent.
Why are you a developer? Why aren't you an artist? Why this field?
I've always been passionate about development. It gives you, I think development is art. I think being an artist is part of being a developer, or a good developer. It allows you to really create dreams. We're in the business of building dreams. And there's nothing that, to me, makes me as excited every morning, every afternoon, every evening than to come out and be able to fulfill people's dreams. And I get the opportunity to sit with homeowners, custom design their dreams, design things that will be here long after we're gone.
Some of the interiors show detail with the crown molding, etc. Let's talk about what you're doing in some of your model suites with some of the detail that I've seen.
The details extend from the crown moldings on the ceilings to the baseboards, to the shoe molds that go in, to the hinges on the doors, to the hand hardware, to the actual doors itself, all the way to the flooring and the materials of the fireplaces. Those details are things that we've seen throughout time that are classic, timeless details that inspire you, that move you, that you look at and you say, wow, every time when you look at those. And life is full of details. And to be able to have the homeowners look at these pieces and custom design them, and we build them into these spaces, it's something that lasts forever. It's something that you look at, and every time you walk through the door and you come home, which is your sanctuary, you exhale, you know, and it energizes you, and you see the beauty. And that's key to sort of bringing all that into concert and developing what I call, you know, your ultimate dream home.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Babatel presents Hello Bolo, a long-distance service you can rely on. With Hello Bolo, there is no expiry, no contract, no monthly fees, no hidden fees, easy payment options, better rates than calling cards, online account access 24/7, free one-touch dialing service. Call anywhere, anytime. Use it from your home, mobile, or any other phone. Call now and receive 200 free minutes to over 60 destinations worldwide. Hello Bolo, anywhere, anytime.
If you'd like more information on Mizrahi Developments, just check out our website. And if you're a renovator, developer, or landscaper and want to get in touch with us, please do so. For Building Canada TV, I'm Andrew Krystal.